Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natalie Horak, and the 2015-2016 school year was my first year teaching a 1st through 3rd grade moderate severe special day class. This past year, my induction experience has been truly inspiring and full of professional and personal growth. I have gained a large amount of knowledge about teaching elementary students with unique needs, and of course all the paperwork that goes along with it. Learned how to look at things from many different perspectives in order to solve problems and create a more effective classroom, and have grown into a better educator, leader, individual, and friend. Even looking back on all the challenges I faced my first year teaching, I am still able to say that I am truly honored to have had the opportunity to become such a significant part of my students' lives this past year. They have taught me so much, and I only hope that I have done the same for them. Some specific areas that I feel have grown into my strengths include engaging and supporting all students, organizing subject matter for learning, and designing learning experiences for students. I feel that I now have a true understanding of how to best help my students get the most out of their school experience, not only in the area of academics, but socially, vocationally, and domestically as well. In the beginning of the school year, similarly to many first-year teachers I'm sure, I expected perfection from myself and from those around me each and every day. While I do admit that I still have that ultimate goal for each of us in my classroom, I have changed for the better in accepting that perfection is not always attainable. Each day, my students, paraprofessionals, and I come into the classroom. We have more things on our shoulders than simply trying our best at school or work. Being more conscious of how others are feeling emotionally and physically, what others might be facing at home, etc., has truly become a greater area of understanding for me, and that has helped me to become a better teacher and friend. Fostering the whole child with my students and the whole human with the adults I work with each day is a key factor to a happy and healthy environment here at school, and I definitely have a greater understanding now that each day is not going to be perfect, and that's okay. One of my greatest areas of strength that I have discovered this past school year is creating and maintaining effective environments for not only my students, but for my classroom paraprofessionals as well. I am very passionate about influencing the individuals I work with to reach their highest potential, and I will not lower my expectations simply because a task might be challenging for someone. With the encouragement, love, and support of those around you, I truly believe that personal responsibility, a complete understanding of classroom procedures, appropriate social interactions, etc., can be achieved. I know that I have not allowed any students or paraprofessionals to simply get by without trying their very best this year, and the improvements and accomplishments I have seen in each and every one of them make me feel very proud and give me proof that setting rigorous expectations do work. This past year, the professional growth goal that I chose for myself was 5.4, using data to differentiate and modify instruction. Having this ultimate goal in the back of my head throughout the year during planning and implementation of strategies and lessons, I feel as though I was better able to effectively collect and interpret data and thereafter use the ideas found in the data to create a more beneficial classroom for all. During Cycle 2, I asked parents to fill out a parent perception survey to see what areas parents are most concerned with when considering their child's school experience. While interpreting the data collected from the surveys, I noticed that one commonality amongst all of my students' parents was wanting their children to gain independence as part of this school program. At that time, I felt that I was not taking advantage of many natural opportunities for the students to practice their independence throughout the school day. So I looked into how I could better make their independence attainable, specifically during our morning routine. Next, you will see a video of one of my students who has been working this year on copying sight words from a model. Before I began focusing on student independence, this student had an adult sitting with her, prompting her to start writing each word. After I began focusing on student independence, this student wrote all 15 of her target writing words on her own each day.
I'll go get him. Good job.
During Cycle 3, I assessed how many verbal prompts each of my students required to correctly complete the following task. Sit down on the carpet for circle time. I used the data collected from this assessment, which was 3 out of 8 of my students requiring 2 to 5 verbal prompts to correctly complete the task, to reevaluate how I can make my classroom routine run smoother. I decided to add a visual Velcro transition slip to the verbal direction to 1. Assist in my students' comprehension of what they are being asked to do, and 2. To help the students get closer to the correct physical area in the classroom by requiring them to stick the slip near the carpet area. Let's watch how the students were able to do after the transition slips were added to the verbal prompts.
Sit down on the carpet, Melissa. Gee. Angel Martinez. Sit down on the carpet, buddy. Yay, Libby!
You can't even have lunch in here. It's too cold.
I know.
Good job, friends.
Nico, did you get your token to match?
Angel Harry, go sit down on the carpet.
I need to put my jacket on.
Nice using your words. Okay, I will help you with your jacket. You cold?
Yeah, I'm cold.
Okay, it's a chilly day today, huh?
I'm zipping my jacket.
Yeah, you zippered now?
You hear her accent?
Mm-hmm. She sounds kind of like your mom now.
Yeah. That's how you know
There
your
you go.
mom's
All right, go sit down on the carpet. Pedro, sit down on the carpet.
Good job, Angel.
She's following you. Good job, friends. All right, Javier, would you like to match? Oh, sit down on the carpet.
No.
You don't want to?
I want to.
You don't want to sit?
Yeah.
We have to earn our tokens first, and then you can go outside. All right? Click. Come on, let's match. I'll do it with you.
Can I do it? Look, we have a new thing. We have to go match it.
No.
Go right here. You can tell you where it goes. Can I match yours? You can match yours, Pedro. You know where it goes. Mommy hasn't been yet.
All right, very good, friends. Sit down on the carpet, Deidre. Good job. Thank you. Can you sit down on the carpet?
Go away.
Good job.
Leave me alone.
Okay, that's
As the school year now comes to a close, I feel as though I have a much better understanding of how to utilize data to differentiate and modify my instruction. Many educators will simply see a situation, confront the students about the issue, and see if there is an improvement the next time the situation arises. But a good, conscious educator will always take the time to take and interpret data to ensure that there is, in fact, a problem at hand that needs attention, observe to identify the antecedent of the concerning occurrence, and thereafter think of a strategy that confronts the issue from where it stems. During Cycle 5, I took a look at how my classroom paraprofessionals and I collect data each day on our students' IEP goal progress, and the fact that our students had a minimal involvement in that process. In order to get the students more involved, I created a color coding system to indicate how the students perform each day they attempt their English language arts and math IEP goals. Green indicates that the student achieved their goal that day. Blue indicates that the student did attempt to achieve the goal, but did not quite get there. Orange indicates that the student either did not attempt or did not show any effort to achieve the goal that day. To enhance the student's understanding of this process, I created a laminated chart with green next to a smiling face, blue next to a straight face, and orange next to a sad face to indicate to the students what each color represents. At the end of each day, I assess the plus and minus signs next to each student's English language arts and math goals in their binders and color code them accordingly. The next day, the students are able to see how they did the previous day by looking at the color they received. Here, you can see a picture of one of my students' IEP goal binders, who improved as the week went on as a result of the color coding system. One of my students is nonverbal, has a particularly severe intellectual disability, and is an English language learner. He has had much trouble since our very first day of school following simple directions, complying with adult requests, staying with the class, participating in small and large group activities, etc. As the year comes to a close, I am so over the moon excited to talk about the amount of overall improvement this student has accomplished. Here are some specific examples. A few months ago, he was unable to make the transition from the playground to the classroom and vice versa, without dropping to the ground multiple times and refusing to stand up or running away from the group. Today, he is able to do so completely independently without even an adult's hand for assistance. Another example is, a few months ago, he needed physical prompting and a fidget toy to sit during 10 minutes of circle time each morning. Today, he is sitting for 15 minutes of circle time completely independently, and is even taking his turn up at the calendar. He also, at the beginning of the school year, would not even stay with the group during our daily game time. Now, he is sitting with the class to play games such as Duck Duck Goose, and is even taking his turn. Student success stories such as this help to remind me at the end of each day that yes, I am very tired, but all of the hard work that I put in with these students will be worth it when they are able to overcome challenges, as this young boy has shown me this year. Here, you can see a quote from my reflective coach after working with me this school year. He writes, "This past year, I saw Ms. Horrocks develop as an educator in classroom management, classroom instruction, and leadership. It was not only Natalie's first year to California, but first year as a moderate severe education specialist. I am astonished by the progression of Ms. Horrocks and look forward to what she has to offer the students of Palm Springs Unified School District." Thank you so much, Dean. As I look down the road into my future, the final destination is still out of focus. I do plan to continue to teach elementary moderate severe special education in my current school district for at least one more school year, but where I go from there, I am still unsure. However, I do know one thing for certain. Even in this crazy world we live in full of negativity and despair, the happiness that is being a child needs to be cherished. I believe that my purpose on this earth is to assist children with disabilities in finding that joy, despite all of the hurdles they may need to jump to get there. The most important thing in life is feeling a sense of happiness and fulfillment, and I would love to spend my life assisting as many people as I can in realizing that all people, regardless of disability, race, gender, etc., are capable of feeling that way each and every day. Thank you.